Good evening, fam. This is Paul the Platinum Prince. How's everybody doing this Sunday evening? Hope everybody's good. So, this will be my last video on specifically Collecticon Orlando, and we're going back to Metazoo. That's right. This is, I feel, important enough to have its own video. We are going to discuss Metazoo with heritage auctions, implications, and more of like my view of seeing what others have said about Metazoo throughout the con as a whole. I did talk about this in my previous video with the Metazoo Wilderness print and whatnot, but I want to dive a little deeper. So let's first things first. What is heritage auctions? For those of you who don't know, they're headquartered in Dallas, Texas. They're one of the leading auction houses in the United States for like sports memorabilia, real estate, cars, coins, train cards. And what was impressive, what they did at this Collecticon, I'm not sure if and when they'll do it at other cons, is they broke and Magic the Gathering beta box, Pokemon First Edition base set booster box. I've never seen that in person, nor the beta box. I was like, wow. Yu-Gi-Oh! Legend of the Blue Eyes White Dragon First Edition, which again I've never seen that. And of course, and they added Metazoo Kickstarter. That is right. They literally put Metazoo Kickstarter box that's only been in our hands for a little. It's actually about a year now since it got in our hands. Their Kickstarter was summer of 2020, but actually receiving the product was around March of 2021 or so. Correct me if I'm wrong down below, but I believe that's right. But still, the fact that a product that's been out for, let's say, one and a half years, and heritage auctions put them on the caliber of Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Magic the Gathering beta. Oh yes, just a quick side note, their alpha is obviously more rare in Magic, but finding an alpha booster box apparently is like almost non-existent or unheard of. The only thing I could ever find was alpha starter decks, but good luck. But still, MTG beta is still extremely rare and scarce. So that just one quick side note. But still, guys, this is huge. The fact that Metazoo Kickstarter is not, I'm not saying it's as expensive as those other three boxes, not just yet, not yet anyway, but the fact that it's recognizable as that important. So here's how the actual auction took place. Is they were auctioning for each of them. I'm going to focus on the Metazoo aspect. Is the individual packs were auctioned off online beforehand. It wasn't a live, like I initially thought it would be like a live bid while you're there kind of deal, but no, with the pandemic, internet, the 2020 effect, you bid on individual Metazoo Kickstarter packs, and all the other boxes individual packs too. And roughly, when I talked to a member of Heritage, the average price of a Kickstarter pack sold for $400. So it's roughly around what the value came out of based on the individual auction is like 12,600 or so. Correct me if I'm wrong again, but I believe that was the rough estimate. Still, $12,600 for individual packs, not bad. The sealed box, as it sits right now, Metazoo Kickstarter, you're looking about $8K or so. It is a bit of a soft market. Times are tough. Wall fatigue. We have 50, 60, God knows how many other Kickstarters coming. Plus, MTG doing the Uprise of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Boy, I didn't really see that coming, but that was just a quick side note. But still, very impressive. Well done, Metazoo team, to even get recognized by Heritage Auction, let alone being put on a shelf. My screenshot for this video is Kickstarter box standing beside the beta Pokemon and Beta Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh box. So, who are the individuals opening this? So, since this is such an epic scene and moment, that you only had high rollers up on that table. So, here's are the people I noticed. I'm sorry if I missed somebody, but you had Don Diego Trading. You know her from Whatnot. She does cool Pokemon sales, slabs, very, very well. You have Gary King Pokemon himself, who was, interesting little side note, I remember him opening Metazoo right before the huge crazy spike. And I was like, huh, this is interesting. Gary King likes Metazoo? That's not to down the product. I was just like, I did not ever see him dabble into newer TCGs. Oh, by the way, he also did open Akora, that I already mentioned before, just a side note. You also had Cassius Marsh. Cassius, as you know, everyone's favorite Chicago Bears lineman. He's actually mainly an MTG guy, but yet he was also part of the group that opened Metazoo Kickstarter. He also had Nostalgic Thrill, who loves getting to new TCGs, Metazoo Akora, and all that. And you also had Jason Page, and you guys know him from being the original, or doing the original theme song of Pokemon. So that was cool to see that. So Cassius. I may have missed a couple. I apologize, but still, those were the ones that I knew of that stood out to me the most. And I have briefly talked to Gary and Cassius at the con. Not long, but still, it's cool to actually. Anyway, so here's the thing. So it's interesting to see that, because as you guys know, I support Magic, Metazoo, Akora. I have Flesh and Blood boxes. I have Pokemon boxes, of course. And I'm not afraid to claim, yes, I do put my hands in a variety of things. But it's very interesting for me to go around the con, and I actually have people, because people, it's interesting, I wonder if they do this on purpose. They come to me and say, Paul, Metazoo Wilderness, if they don't hit a home run now, oh boy, it's all over. I'm like, really? My crystal ball's not working today. Yeah, probably running out of batteries. I got bills to pay. But regardless, it's very interesting that, look, you have Heritage Auction, you've got now Funko Pops in the works, they've made plushies, they have Denmark t-shirts, you have Steve Aoki doing this, working on a TV show, they have comics, they have Amazon, and I don't want to sound like either being rude or cocky, but it's like, majority of these new Kickstarters, or actually all of them, while some of them are doing great, have traction, and are getting influencers, they do not, none of them have the amount of collabs, marketing, and spread of social media that Metazoo has. And I'm sorry to say that. Well, granted, Alon just came out, but who knows how many of them would even be considered a heritage auction when they reach their year mark. I personally believe Akora has a strong chance. I'm just saying that because, yes, I'm a supporter, but do I think Heritage Auction is going to look at all these 100 Kickstarter and say, oh yeah, they're on the caliber of Pokemon, Magic, and Yu-Gi-Oh? No, not even close. And in fact, if it was the con to me was very interesting. It was a lot of me just I thought about maybe doing rebuttals and arguing and saying times are different, they're difficult, gas prices, wars going on, but it's not. I just let people talk and have their opinions, and a lot of these people who are very negative about Metazoo are heavily invested in another Kickstarter TCG they feel is number one. That's fine. Like I mentioned many times on my channel, it's fine to support one TCG, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is. But this whole tribalistic, my TCG is number one because Metazoo is no more the free tendies land and all that. And to be honest, I have my email criticism. If Wilderness with the print run, which is about 62,500 for the USA, and it's around 100,000 global. Comment below if I'm wrong, but from Argos Anonymous Discord chat, that's what I've been informed of. But regardless, is now Metazoo Wilderness will have at least one serialized card, a secret rare, potentially multiple. I believe Mike could do multiple chase cards that are serialized. I don't know for certain, but it would be a very neat thing. But let's say even if it's just the one secret rare, the Bigfoot or Cumberland Dragon, I don't know, that is serialized. To use an example, look what happened. Those of you who are Magic fans, I'm trying to just use this example. Is Kamigawa Neon Dynasty had the ink parallel cards with different colors that were chases, and I believe it's the red one that is around $1,500. A very hard pull, $1,500. It's not even serialized. Yet Metazoo is now going to do a serialized secret rare. I know it's a different game than MTG, but if MTG did that with a non-serialized card, if I had to put a guess, let's say there's 100 of these secret rares, they're all numbered. I would say, knowing how well Red Ink and Old Scratch did for Nightfall, both those cards can range between around the $7,000 to $9,000 price point. Well, if it's a serialized card limited to 100, then I really wouldn't be surprised whenever that is pulled for it to be a $15,000 to $20,000 card. Yes, I said it. Because we're now heading to the sports world era, and we're also thinking maybe it's only one, maybe there's multiple, and who knows what other surprises there are. So I mean, Heritage is definitely a huge stepping point for Metazoo. Congrats, Mike, to the team for you guys getting it that far. And also, even like I said, I walked around my Kickstarter box for a couple reasons. One, it was ready to flex. I mean, I have the core as well, but I'm talking about my Metazoo one specifically. But also, it was interesting to see. I've had, like I keep saying, people who have never heard of Metazoo saw me with that, asked me, what is this? And I described to them, oh, it's a Kickstarter, they're about to be broken, this is limited to 2,500. I gave them the overall spiel. I was not going to talk someone's ear off, just want to give them the overview. I had people offer me $8,000 on the spot when they learned about it just from me, from Metazoo. And one of the guys that offered me money is a sports card guy that had never even bought Pokemon, Magic, or any of the other games. That's not his thing. Yet I bring up Metazoo, and all of a sudden, dollar signs flash in his eyes. Can you guys understand what I'm saying? Only 2,500 Metazoo boxes were made. And on top of that, even at the con, and every day I go on Whatnot and I see Kickstarter box. Let's break. Let's open. Let's open. How much is there going to be left? Honestly, by the end of this year, next year, there's going to be a point, guys, where we will not see any more Kickstarter box breaks except once or twice a year, because the supply is diminishing. And especially, I tell you what, these people at Whatnot, it's like a piranha frenzy. They see any Kickstarter that is decently good, especially when they see Metazoo. Oh yes, they would love to have it. Several even offer consignment because they know that's how rare and valuable it is. It's extremely, it's it's about, even when the Whatnot people do it, even if their name is not as well known, they still get $200 to $300 a pack when they break Metazoo Kickstarter. That's insane. $200 to $300 pack. So, I mean, I know I keep going in a circle, but to me it's almost comical to see all these brand new TCGs that just came in a week, 2 weeks ago. Some of them haven't even really been on their Kickstarter phase just yet, and they're so negative on Metazoo because they're on their fourth set already, and the print and the boxes are not $500 to $1,000 each yet. I mean, I'm not talking about the first edition Kickstarter. Like Nightfall is sitting around $250 or so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's about Nightfall. CN2 you can grab for around $90 to $100, and Wilderness the pre-orders are about $130. I paid about $130 or so, plus or minus tax, depending where you're from. I'm not going to go that route. I mean, I'm just giving you a rough estimate. So, and guys, the thing I want to emphasize, let's say, worst case scenario, that the Wilderness maybe is not received well by the market. I almost want to say that it doesn't matter. What do I mean? So, look at this. Remember how I kept saying all the clouds Metazoo doing? Metazoo is more than just a game. It is an IP. It is a brand that kids, teens, and adults that are exposed to. For example, like I know Pokemon obviously does the TCG. That is what they start off. Or excuse me, I don't remember if the show is first. I'm sorry, guys. But regardless, obviously the collecting the Pokemon cards, tournaments, whatnot is amazing. But Pokemon has the TV show, the plushies, the comics, the magazines, the cosplay, actors, celebrities, streamers, you name it. You are exposed to Pokemon in your face every day, whether you like it or not. Metazoo is pretty close to that point where even if you, let's say you don't like the game, you think the game's trash, you think the cards are worthless, whatever negative Nancy opinion you want to give. But they're building an empire, and their growth and spread of news on Metazoo is just insanely fast. So to those who come out with a Kickstarter for 2 weeks and are just flexing their muscle thinking, oh, we got Metazoo beat. Sorry guys, none of you who have just come out or are just being on Kickstarter, or okay, those of you who will get past the Kickstarter phase, I've not seen anyone even touch Metazoo in terms of their marketing, awareness, the plethora of things surrounding them. At Collecticon, I was a VIP member, and I had to wait 30 to 35 minutes just to get in. I even came in an hour before the VIP line started. So I want to really someone maybe comment below, give me an indicator. So just because a couple sets don't moon like you want, where is the growth and where is the popularity declining? Metazoo has a lot of hate. I'm an original backer. I'm heavily biased. I've done well with Metazoo. I will continue to own Metazoo. I will continue to support Metazoo through thick and thin. But all of you out there who are part of Kickstarters, have other Kickstarter TCGs, do not underestimate someone else just because you think you're right now the latest news, the latest trend. Of course, something that is new and hot that just came out will be a buzz because they just came out. And Metazoo is, in a way, is past the honeymoon phase per se. Whereas like they're not just a Kickstarter. Now they have first edition. They got Nightfall, CN2, Wilderness. So kind of like how Pokemon started like, oh my gosh, phase set, everything went crazy. Then I believe around Jungle phase or so, things started to calm down a bit, and then there was like, then now we're at 2022 where, you know, you got streamers and $450,000 base set first edition boxes and WotC boxes are impossible to get. So yeah, with heritage auctions and multiple breaks coming every day, Kickstarter will run out faster than what we think. And guys, you can put me on record. If I get the funds that I'm looking for, nobody's watching this late anyway. I promise you this. I will be someone who does a mass Metazoo buyout. Nobody's watching this, so you're not gonna pay attention. Now, when will that day come? I don't know. But I can say I look forward to it. And when I do my buyout, it just won't be piece by piece. I'll do an overnight thing. I'll make a video. And I'll even link the video I'm making now to the buyout one, and definitely say I told you so. And then you guys will be like, where's Kickstarter? Yeah guys, do not underestimate Metazoo. You will regret it. Have a good day.